Well met, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 1 of a new series we'll be doing called Caster Tag, featuring, well, the casters being casted instead of just the professional players. I'm your host, Nathanias, and today, in episode 1, we are playing Caster Tag with one half, or I guess maybe 1/4, based on who I've seen there, of Base Trade TV, with the man in charge himself. This is his opponent, of course, in the top left, Louis Kiniski. Kind of reminds me of Kaczynski, which is the default portrait in StarCraft 2. I don't think his name is ever mentioned in the actual game, but there you have it. And in the bottom right, the man himself with... That is actually a completely remarkable... I don't know what to say about that. This picture was taken while I was hammered at a party in Toronto before IEM Toronto. That's a great picture. This is Rifkin. AKA Graham Cast Nonstop Rogers, who also plays the base race of Terran, which is why I knew you would all be interested in this. I don't actually know what league he's in. I think he posted a promotion picture recently of him getting Diamond or Masters, so I'm actually expecting him to not be super terrible this game. It looks like he went for a gas first build. Probably, what, a 14 supply depot, 15 supply gas, 16, 17 supply racks. So he can go for a really fast factory with this opening. That's gonna SCV scout. Let's see, what is the Protoss player up to? Not a whole lot. Looks just like a gateway expand. Gateway, Nexus, or gateway gas, Nexus, core. Okay, so second pylon and gas should be starting soon. And what the... What? He didn't see him start this? I thought he was chasing the SCV. Okay, so... Okay. You know, he's a bit cheeky with his casts. He's gonna be cheeky with his strategy, I suppose. So this is like, if you see this with your probe scout, which, by the way, he totally saw the gas. Like, if you click on that, then you know instantly. You're like, okay, well, this is pretty obviously going to be some sort of fast factory. Look, the probe goes to the gas. I wasn't sure if he was thinking about blocking the gas. Maybe he wants to deny it. But it's like, you come in here, you're like, okay, no Reaper. Why would you open with this gas if your Marine is late? You have no Reaper, and there's no factory in here. Like, come on, Louis Kiniski. Don't let me down. You can't go off the cliff in life, but in death, there are many things you can fall from. That's my elder wisdom. So the SCV, after building the proxy factory, scouts out the base. It's like, okay, robotics facility, whatevs, no big deal. And Louis Kiniski has no idea. He has no idea. By the way, what's this picture? Isn't that like an actor? He's like washed up. I feel like I haven't seen that guy make that expression since I was 10 years old. I'm 23, by the way. So the Widowmine comes out, the first one. And I think Louis Kiniski knows what's up now. By the way, Louis Kiniski, shout out to you. Paying for the collector's edition of Legacy of the Void. That is the Purifier Adept skin. Look at that. Look at all that knowledge. I bet Rifkin would know that. He would. Rifkin's like me, you know. He's like a completionist. We both lose our minds if there's skins or portraits that we don't have. Which is good for us as casters because we have the community commander portrait. The only thing we can't get is the Tespa portrait. If you'd like to hook me up, hit me up. All right, so the second Widowmine's going to come in here. He's trying to move this one while the other one's moving. Okay, take some time to bro. This one only gets 1 kill. Second one's going to fire. Double kill. Okay, not bad. The Observer comes out. Good way to deal with the window mine now. I don't know if this factory is going to get much else done. Yeah, he just cancels that mine and pulls back. So what's the follow-up here for Rifkin? Starport. Okay, it's in his base. We can rule out him doing any more douchebaggery of flying factories into his opponent's base. Well, I guess building them in his opponent's base. Honestly, I don't know if I'd get away with that. Wonder what that... Maybe that'll tell us a little bit more about the league, Kappa. But all right. I like Rifkin. First time I met him, I think I was cock blocking him out of some B stream for DreamHack because it was before I was casting full time, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you're the #1 B stream guy, and Base Trade TV will be the second one." And I didn't really know who they were. All I knew was they were trying to take my job. And now I'm doing other stuff. I guess we're buddies now. I'm no longer stealing work from these guys. In fact, I'm a pretty big fan of Base Trade TV. If you guys haven't checked them out, of course, all their information is going to be pretty much spammed all over this video because that's kind of the point. A little bit of cross-pollination, you know? I'm the wonderful daffodil, and these videos are like the bees cross-pollinating so that we can reproduce. I don't know if that's too sexual or maybe just the wrong analogy, but you guys see where I'm going with this. So the Adept's going to come poke up the front. The Great Wall is here. You would think that this isn't a wall, but it is. So the Adept can't teleport through. The second bunker's going to keep him safe as well. So Rifkin's followed this up with 3 CCs, got 3rd command center. That's a ton of gas to be mining. This looks like a mech build. I mean, the Fusion Core with the Tech Lab starport says to me Liberator range. And I actually think that that's a really good build against early Robo openings. Because look, we have a Robotics Bay. Now, I don't believe that Rifkin knows about the Robo Bay, but I'm going to tell you straight up that a fast Liberator range rush is really good against Robo Bay, because by the time you invest all the resources into Blink or Disruptors or Warp Prism speed, by the time all that happens, you ain't got money for much else. Certainly not enough to just plop down a Stargate, build a Phoenix before the Terran follow-up pushes and kills you. The Armory is a kinky touch. I was not expecting this. Really fast +1 attack. Honestly, I don't actually think +1 attack gives any advantages versus any Protoss units. Like, you're going to 2-shot a Stalker regardless, because you have 5 damage more than their armor can be. Even a +3 armor Stalker would have 4 armor, and the Liberator would still 2-shot it, because it would become, what, 81 damage a shot, which is still enough, so I'm not entirely sure. What the wait, what? That, I thought it was lib range, not, what? Are you shitting me? Okay, he's gonna go 3 starports. All right, I don't know what league we're in, but I don't know if it exists in StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Pylon's gonna overcharge itself. He became one with the Kala, I guess. Mothership core hooked him up, gave him his fix of photons. By the way, I'm just noticing there's like 2 pylons powering everything that matters right now. That's also triggering me. I mean, you're opening up Blink. The Colossi, not that big of a deal. But Blink Stalkers, in general, are pretty good against Cattle Bruisers. Why is this Observer not gone into the main? I mean, I guess if you thought that you were playing against a sane, normal person, then you'd probably think... I mean, if you've seen Rifkin cast, then you know he's a madman. Like, you gotta... If you see him, if you see this guy on the ladder, you gotta be thinking to yourself, what kind of crazy... stuff is he about to pull? He's got 4 command centers on 2 bases. Hasn't flown out the 3rd yet. I mean, the Protoss only just took the 3rd. So in a normal game, it's actually fine to not have your 3rd yet as a Terran. This Protoss took an exceptionally late 3rd base. There's no rush for the Terran to do that as well. So I actually don't mind what Rifkin is doing. In fact, were he to push out and take a 3rd base, he might have to show his Cattle Bruisers. At which point, yes, you're in for some chops. Now, battle cruisers attack faster than any other unit in the game, right? That's 0.16 of a second, of a real-time seconds, which means you're doing an insane amount of damage. It's something like 5 or 6 shots per second, basically. With the random attack delay, it can change. That's not a huge deal. Look at this, man. We already saw the Adept, I guess. Big Bucks Colossus. That Colossus looks so much cooler than the one in the real game. I don't know. If only they could light the ground on fire, like if you're playing the co-op missions as Karax. These things can literally burn the ground. Anyway, probe's gonna go onto the map. I like this map vision, pylons, to check for any drops. I don't think we'll be seeing any medevac drops with these bad boys. So there's 2 things you could do with this, right? Oh my god, he PF'd the 3rd. But you know what? I would normally... See, this is the thing. Like, only Gold League players PF their 3rds, right? You never see it at the high level. But the beauty is... Rifkin built his 3rd orbital command before he planetaried his 3rd base. So he actually still has the same kind of economy, or at least setup, that you would have on 4 bases. He's just expanding very slowly. So I guess he wants to keep taking PFs because the battle cruisers are very slow. That energy is going to be precious. I mean, Liberator range is done now, which, you know, is great, but you're trying to get a lot more done with this. Hallucinated Phoenix. All right, this has got to be the part where as a Protoss, you're like, what the is going on? You got an Armory, 3 starports at Tech Labs. Didn't see the Fusion Core, but it's so beautiful, isn't it, when it's going? Really gets me going. Anyway, there's a bit of a push out coming out. We have a Colossus with range. We have no 1/1 yet. Some Zealots with charge, Blink Stalkers. So there's a single Liberator covering the front here. These Stalkers actually can't break that on their own. They'd have to run up and try to blink. Maybe they could blink from here to here, maybe. Just dodge around. But anyway, battle cruisers are here. Doesn't scan for the observers. The observer knows. He's like, okay, well, this guy's actually building battle cruisers. Okay, we're going to get a Stargate. We're going to get a Stargate and maybe get ready to deal with, I don't know, man. Tempests, perhaps? Tempests are a solid move, so the Stargate's pretty late. Honestly, I thought this was going to be like a lib range rush into bio, but honestly, I don't know what the is going on anymore. Like, okay, Liberators are sieged here. Walking through this is like, all right, you know, that's like going to pick up your girlfriend, you know, when her dad's home. But this is rough because now he has to reposition. The Liberators need to re-siege. So the Planetary Fortress is actually great because it really helps push away. I actually didn't even notice. He got high-sec auto-tracking as well, and now he's getting building armor. So the Planetary Fortress is 7 range, which means the Stalkers can't really sit behind the mineral line all that effectively. Interesting to note. Liberators are going to siege here. That focus on the attack upgrades for the Flyers is a really big deal. +1 air weapons only just started for Kiniski. I like that his name's Lewis. His clan is also Lewis. Is Lewis Kiniski someone that I should know? Oh, 2 battle cruisers are going to teleport to try and get some harassment done. This is interesting. I mean, now they can't retreat because they don't have enough energy to teleport again. But I can still get behind this. 6 probe kills on 1 BC. 1 probe kill on this battle cruiser. But gonna come over here, try to trade against the Stalkers. I mean, BC's die so fast. Does kill Stalker. But is this worth it yet? 7 kills, 8 kills. I mean, 2 Stalkers and 6 probes. You know, I can start to piece this together, actually. He is actually starting to get a good amount of work done. He's gonna kill maybe another Stalker. Yes, right as it dies. Resources lost. You know what? Units lost is better. I think resources lost is still broken in this version of StarCraft, where the battlecruiser counts as lost resources when it teleports. Maybe it doesn't count. I'm not 100% sure. Either way, it's not too terrible. I mean, BCs are units that you want to get en masse, right? At least that's what I think about it, but that's kind of some cute harass out of Rifkin to get some work done. Should I know who Jan Michael Vincent was? That's how I feel like thinking about this Louis Kaninsky. I don't know. Is that the name of the actor? I'm sure people rip me apart for that one. So we have Tres Temposto on the way. That's Spanish for 3 Tempests for all of you out there that think you know Spanish. There's a good amount of Liberators, though. And Liberators are the one unit in StarCraft 2 that you actually cannot make too many of. There is literally no cap on the number of Liberators that you should build in the game of StarCraft 2. Legacy of the Void. They were going to patch them and nerf them, but they didn't. So yeah, there's literally no reason to ever stop building Liberators. It's kind of like money. You should just never stop getting more of it, in real life at least. In StarCraft, you want to have low money. You want to get a lot and spend a lot. Anyway, Hellions are going to do some nice harass here on the right side, picking off good few probes. I like this. This is actually a really reasonable harass here. 19 probes have died so far this game. Another battlecruiser is going to teleport in towards the back at the same time. 4 Hellions in the natural as Rifkin is getting some work done with his Memekyries build. I don't know if this build is sponsored by Matcherino. Maybe they just know I like memes. Another BC teleport into that 3rd, but the Tempests obliterated in short work. 6 kills on this battlecruiser here in the main base. Denied the mining on the gases and these mineral patches. That BC is down as another base is secured for Rifkin. He's got a reasonable bank. I mean, just start building more BCs, mate. I like the Hellion follow-up. It's hard to spend your minerals when you're going mech because of how much gas matters. So personally, I think that you should just build 2 or 3 factories just so you can get even more Hellions out. Blue Flame's not even a terrible choice. Another battlecruiser teleport. Wait, no, this is the same one. Why haven't you died yet? Well, now you're dead. That's a lot of Tempests, man. That's a lot of Tempests. Almost got that Nexus. So Tempest, what, against air? It does 48 damage per shot versus BC. Zealots are going to try to harass, but that's a Planetary Fortod. Which, no, Zealot-chan. They have 5 armor. Look at this Zealot trying to attack underneath my face. That's me smirking at him. Just like, yeah, man. That's a PF, baby girl. You ain't got nothing. So, here we go. A little bit of a push down towards the center lane. Now, we do have 4 battlecruisers here that can fight against this. Quite powerful when you consider they have that +3 attack upgrade, doing 11 damage per shot. Of course, their anti-ground is much more powerful than their anti-air. One of the reasons why battlecruisers are so weak, they have a hard time killing the units that kill them, like Corruptors or Tempests. Meanwhile, those Tempests, boy oh boy, the upgrades are still kind of lacking. +2's almost done, so I like that. Armor upgrades are really important, though. You have 2 armor on the Tempest. Battlecruiser starts with 3. So I don't think armor upgrades are as big of a deal for battlecruisers, since generally speaking, if you're going to be able to kill a BC with armor upgrades, you're going to be able to kill it without them. And I think Tempests do so much burst damage that it's not a big deal. With +2, it's 52 damage per shot, right? And so you've got what? Oh god, don't do math on. I mean, I'm recording this, but don't do math on air, live, whatever. BC teleport to the natural. 3+ kills already. Hellions running over to the 4th base. So Rifkin getting some good harassment in as that mothership is on the way. And I don't know if he's seen that mothership warping in. He's got Hellions in the third base too. At the same time, 3 BCs are going to come try to snipe the right side. I prefer this movement. He's almost got enough energy to teleport these battlecruisers out if things get a little bit too hasty. I like that he's retreating. I love that this BC's got 12 kills. Actually really getting a tremendous amount of damage done. These 3 are just on the run. I mean, this is where you want to just fight with your battlecruisers and blink away using the teleport. They've all got just about enough energy to use that teleport now. I also love that this BC is just chilling over here. He's like, well, if you're not going to come over here, I ain't got much to worry about. And these Stalkers actually having a kind of a rough time. As maybe one more shot almost gets that Stalker. So now the 3 BCs attack. They focus down the probes. They're getting a lot of work done on this Protoss army. And what I'm feeling right here is these Tempests are going to come shoot. Boom. Bada bing. Bata. Oh. This one teleported over here, but that one teleported right here. Graham. Come on. I like this, though. I love this. This must be so annoying for the Protoss player. You're like, I have the army of death, and I can't do anything with it because battlecruisers can teleport across the map. Rifkin is trying to make people think that battlecruisers are not just cattle bruisers. I like this. I'm going to consider this game as a pretty important one in the Make Terran Great Again initiative. You've got a very powerful ground army that doesn't do anything against liberators. And look at this Raven count, right? 3 Ravens with enough energy for a point defense drone. That's all you need to stop the Tempest shots long enough for these BCs to get to work. I mean, the battlecruisers aren't even the backbone of the army. It is the liberators. If we just look at the unit count, it's mostly liberators. 11 liberators, 11 Vikings, 3 Ravens, 3 BCs. The battlecruisers are just in there to mop up. I do like this play, though. It's trying to force Rifkin to fight away from the missile turrets. And look, there we go. There's the revelation. So the Tempest shots have been stalled. Vikings come up. They try to get a shot off, but keep in mind, everything's kind of cloaked. They have to get close to the Ravens in order to be able to see anything. Mothership does go down. That's very important. 4 BCs are about to finish. These Vikings taking some shots from the Stalkers and the Archons. Point defense drone is super useful in this scenario, however. I mean, look at the Protoss, what they have. There's barely anything. There's 23 workers. What? It's just 5 workers at the 4th base. Not even close to real saturation. I mean, I guess if there were more mineral patches here, it wouldn't be saturated. But natural, empty. Main, empty. I mean, this game is flatulence written all over it. Another SCV is going to get picked off. And another one. And another one. All right, looks like Rifkin wants to just go try to take the fight right here, right now. Plants the liberation zones down as the Vikings push the Tempests back. I am liking this. Almost enough energy for another PDD, but not quite there. So the Stalkers are going to blink forward with the Archons into the liberation zones. Keep in mind, the Tempests are going down to the Vikings. A couple more battlecruisers did finish right before the start of this fight. So they were a bit of the meat. I don't actually know where the other ones are. Hellions did get a run by going at the exact same time. Colossus is derping on that refinery. And the army's been destroyed. GG. As Rifkin secures victory. All right. Definitely an interesting game. I mean, we kind of get to pick which games we send each other, but I didn't expect it to be quite this fruity. I thought he was going to show me his epic drop skills, but instead he showed me his ability to build battlecruisers. Hopefully, if you guys like this, please leave a comment in the section below. And subscribe to not just my channel, but also the Base Trade TV channel, which I believe is youtube.com/mapcontrolco. I'll have everything linked below, and if I got that title wrong, I'm sure Rifkin will break my legs when I see him at DreamHack Austin. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.